So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the class. I'm Chinmay. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm working as a program associate in JNV Hassan. So, yes, in yesterday's class, we have started with the sequence and series, right? So, we continue the same topic today. So, in our yesterday's class, what all things we discussed? We discussed about the arithmetic progression, sequences, series, and we solved some problems, right? So we will continue the next part in our today's class. So before that, let me know I'm clearly audible to you all and the screen is clearly visible to you all. So please reply me in the chat box if I'm clearly audible to you all. Okay. Well, fine. I hope that I'm clearly audible to you all. Okay, then if there are no technical issues, then we can move ahead with our today's class. So before starting our class, let's see what are things we're going to learn in our today's class. Okay. So in our today's class, we will see about the arithmetic mean. Okay. What is arithmetic mean? After that, we'll see what is geometric mean. Geometric progression. We'll see properties of geometric progression. And we'll answer some problems based on that. Okay. And if time permits, we'll also see what is meant by geometric mean. Fine. Well, so this is the brief overview of our today's class. So without wasting much of the time, let's begin with our class. So yes, yeah, here we have some recall questions, okay? So let me see how many of you remember the things that we learned in our yesterday's class. So just quickly answer me this question. So the first one is what is the nth term of AP? So nth term of AP is, if A is the first term, D is the common difference. Tell me what will be the nth term of AP? Text me in the chat box. Yes. So nth term of AP will be what? It will be Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay. This is the nth term of AP. The next is, what is the sum of n terms of AP? If you have n terms with us, those n terms are of AP, then what will be its sum? When we add those terms, what is the value we're going to get? There's a formula for that, right? We learned it in the yesterday's class. So sum of the n term is represented by Sn. It is equal to, yes, quickly answer me. It is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay. So this represents the sum of the n terms of AP. And we also learned some properties of the arithmetic progression, right? In our previous class. In that, one of the property was this. Kth term from the last is equal to what? From the beginning, what will be the position of that term? If from the last, it's a kth term, then what will be the position of the term from the beginning? So total number of terms here is n, okay? Total number of terms is equal to n. If there are total n number of terms, and kth term from the last, if from the last it is a kth term, then from the beginning its position will be n minus k plus 1 term, okay? From the beginning. Correct? So these are a few things that we learned in our previous class. So is this clear to you all? Any doubt in this? We already learned this, right? Right? Okay. Fine. So if this is clear to you all, we'll move ahead, okay? We'll move ahead with our today's class concepts. Next. Yeah. In our previous class, I have asked you one question, right? And I asked you to solve it and come. How many of you solved it? Yeah. Well, so this was the question which was asked in the previous class. I have given this question as a homework. Anybody solve this? So if you have solved this, please do text your answers in the chat box. If you haven't solved, then no issues. We'll go through it once. And the one who have solved, please do cross-verify it. Okay? Bye. Okay. So the question is, if the sum of the P terms of an AP is Q and the sum of its Q term is P, then find the sum of its P plus Q terms. Okay. What they have given here? They have given sum of the P terms. So yes, P is equal to what? Q. And they have given sum of the Q terms. So SQ is equal to what? P. And they want us to find? They want us to find? Yes, P. Okay, yes, P plus Q. Okay, sum of the P plus Q terms. So this is our question. Right? Now, tell me what is the sum of the first n terms? Yeah, answer me in the chat box. What is the sum of the first n terms? Quickly. Yes. Come on, answer me in the chat box. What is the sum of the first n terms? We know the format. Previously itself we discussed it, right? Sum of the first n terms. That's sum of the n terms of AP. That is nothing but n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Correct? Here itself we have discussed it. So here we have first p terms, right? So this is gonna be what? It's gonna be p by 2. Here the first term of AP I'm considering it as a and common difference is d only. Okay. Here I'm considering first term is equal to a and common difference is equal to d itself. So it's gonna be 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to q. Correct? Fine then. Now just multiply this 2 inside. What do you get? Sorry. If you take 2 on other side and this p on other side, what do you get? We will get 2a. Yeah, this is p, right? 2a plus p minus 1 into d is equal to 2q by p. Similarly, sum of the first q terms will be what? It will be q by 2 into 2a plus q minus 1 into d is equal to p, right? So shift this terms which are outside the bracket on other side. What we will get? We will get 2a plus q minus 1 into d is equal to 2p by q. Right? Well then, here I am considering this as equation 1 and this is equation 2. Okay. I need to find sum of the first p plus q terms. For that, I need value of d, right? Common difference. Isn't it? And also a. So what can I do here? What I'll do here is I'll try to find value of d. Now, how can I find d from these two equations? Tell me, what operation if I apply, I will get the value of d in terms of p and q. Just observe these two equations. Here 2a, even here are 2a. If I subtract, the 2a will vanish, right? If a will vanish, will remain with what? Will remain with only d. And the d we can write in the terms of p and q, isn't it? So what we will do here, we will just subtract equation 1 from 2. So what we will get? We will get p minus q into d. Okay, when you subtract it, this dd also vanish, will remain with p minus q into d is equal to 2q divided by p minus 2p divided by q. Right? Now what will be this p minus q? This p minus q into d will be equal to 2 into q square minus p square divided by P into Q. Okay. So I'll just continue this here itself. Now, I can write this P minus Q into D is equal to what? Now, it's of the form A square minus B square. So I just apply the identity. I will get Q minus P into Q plus P divided by P into Q. So D will be equal to what? D will be equal to minus 2 into P plus Q divided by P into Q. Okay. So this is our D value. Right? This is our D value. Well, we found the D value. Now what we will do here? We will just substitute this in some of the first P plus Q terms format. Okay. Well then. So do the next step. See. In the next step. Okay, sorry. Yes. See here. We need to find sum of the first P plus Q term, right? Yes, P plus Q. It's gonna be what? It's gonna be N by 2. That is P plus Q by 2 into 2A plus P plus Q, that is N minus 1 into D, right? So just replace that D value here. What we will get? We will get P plus Q by 2 into 2 into A plus, yes. I can write this as P minus 1 into D. Yes, plus QD, right? I can write this. Why am I writing like this? I'm writing it in the form of P minus 1 into D. That's because we have its value. We already know value of 2A plus P minus 1 into D, right? Observe here. We know this value from equation 1. So that I can replace this equation 1 over there. I'm writing it in this form. Okay. So from 1, what can I say? From 1, I can replace this value as this 2Q by P, right? So it's gonna be 2Q by P plus Q into D, okay? Okay, this is equal to P plus Q divided by 2 into 2Q by P plus, we know already D. What is D is? D is minus 2 into P plus Q divided by PQ, right? Just replace it. So we will get minus 2 into P plus Q divided by PQ. Okay. So observe here, this Q will get cancelled. Correct? So what we will end up with? So we will get P plus Q by 2 into 2Q minus 2P minus 2Q divided by P, right? Yes, this 2Q will get cancelled. Correct? So what will remain with? Will remain with P plus Q into minus 2P divided by P. Observe here, as this 2 it is 0, this will get cancelled and this P also will get cancelled. We'll end up with minus P plus Q. This is just a simple computation over here. Okay, just a simple computation. So what is the final answer we're gonna get? We're gonna get minus of P plus Q. Okay, fine. So sum of the first P plus Q terms will be what? Minus of P plus Q. Is it clear to you all? Any doubt in this? So if you have solved this homework question, so please do cross-verify its answer, okay? So let me know in the chat box if you have any doubt. Yes. So let me know in the chat box if you have any doubt. If no doubt, then we can move it. Well, okay, I can see that there is no doubt. So we'll move it. Fine. We'll go to the next part. Well, next, yes. Today we'll see what is arithmetic mean, okay? So what does this arithmetic mean? If we consider 3 terms of an AP, then the middle term that we have, we call it as an arithmetic mean between the other 2 terms. For example, this A, B, C, these 3 terms are in AP. Then we call this B as arithmetic mean of A and C, okay? So how do we write it? We write as arithmetic mean of A and C is equal to A plus C divided by 2 is equal to B. See, this mean is nothing but it represents the average of A and C. So average of A and C will be what? A plus C by 2. And that will be equal to the middle term in the case of arithmetic progression, okay? So what is arithmetic mean of, if 3 terms are given, then the arithmetic mean is the middle term, which is equal to sum of the first term and the last term divided by 2. So is it clear to you all what is arithmetic mean? So it's an important one. Please do remember this, okay? So we make use of this in the examples also while solving the example. Fine. So is it clear to you all? Any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, please do respond in the chat box. Okay? No doubt, then we can move ahead. Well, okay then. So we'll see the next part. We have seen arithmetic mean between 2 terms. So what if n arithmetic means are inserted between 2 numbers? So what its value will be? Let's see. So what we have considered here? We considered the A term and another term B, okay? And we're inserting n terms between this A and B. We call this n terms as what? Arithmetic means, okay? So say A1, A2 up to A and R, what? They are n arithmetic means between A and B. Fine. Here, see, first term is A. This A1 is the second term, right? So according to arithmetic progression, it will be A plus D. A2 is the third term. So it will be A plus 2D. So on up to AN is what? It is the n plus 1 term. So it's gonna be A plus n into D. Correct? Fine. So this, according to arithmetic progression, its value will be this. And here D value will be what? D value will be B minus A divided by n plus 1. Now the question might arise, right? Ma'am, how did you get that D is equal to B minus A divided by n plus 1? Isn't it? So just think about it. How actually we got that D is equal to B minus A divided by n plus 1? Anybody? Well, what is D? D is nothing but a common difference, right? It's a difference between any 2 consecutive terms. Now I'm considering the last term B and the AN. So difference between B minus AN will be what? It will be D. Correct? Fine. So B minus, what is AN? We know AN is equal to A plus ND. Correct? That is equal to D. Now, yes, we want the value of D, right? Even here we have D, here we have D. So we take all the D on the one side, okay, on RHS side. So what do we get? We will get B minus A is equal to D minus ND. Fine? Now B minus A. Well, so it's gonna be plus, isn't it? D plus ND. So D, you take it as a common. We will get n plus 1 in the bracket. So from this, what will be the D value? D will be B minus A divided by n plus 1. So this is how we got the D value. Okay. If n arithmetic means are inserted between A and B, and AR is the R arithmetic mean, then its value will be what? A plus RD, right? According to this. We are AN, nth arithmetic mean value is A plus ND. R arithmetic mean value will be A plus RD. So we can write it as what? We can write it as A plus R as it is. D is B minus A divided by n plus 1. Okay. So is it clear to you all? If n arithmetic means are inserted between A and B, how to find its value? Any doubt in this? Yes. Let me know if you have any doubt in the chat box. Yeah. Please do text in the chat box, okay? Okay. Fine. Well, next. So next we'll move ahead. If no doubt, then we'll go to the next part, okay? We'll go for the examples. So next, yeah, before example, here we have a node point, okay? I already said, right? We are inserting n arithmetic mean between A and B. That is A1, A2, A3, so on up to AN, right? So what will be sum of those n arithmetic means? Well, sum of those n arithmetic mean will be equal to n into A, okay? Here capital A represents the arithmetic mean between a single arithmetic mean between A and B. That is A plus B divided by 2. Fine. So sum of all this will be equal to A plus n into A plus B divided by 2. So this can be written as n into A plus B divided by 2. Okay. So A1 plus A2 plus A3 so on up to AN will be equal to n into A plus B divided by 2. Here A and B are what the first term and last term of that arithmetic progression. So tell me, do you have any doubt in this? Yes? Is it clear to you all? Please do check the text in the chat box if it is clear. JNV Ballari. Yes. Okay. JNV Chitradurga. So please do text in the chat box if it is clear to you all. Fine. Okay. So if this is clear to you all, we'll move on with the next part. Okay. So next we have example here. So let's try to solve it. So yes, the question is insert 20 arithmetic means between 2 and 86. They're asking us, the first term is 2, last term is 86, and they're asking us to insert 20 arithmetic means. Okay. Say A1 is the first one, A2, so on up to A20. Tell me how, so what will be the values of that A1, A2, so on? Yes. Quickly. Quickly solve this and tell me at least first 2 to 3 terms. I'll be giving 30 seconds, like around 20 seconds to you all. Try to solve it and tell me the answer. Well, the first term is already given here. That is 2. What we need to find this next term of that? Of course, D, right? We need to find the D. If we are able to find D, we can find A1, A2, so on up to A20. Why? Because second term will be what? A plus D. Third term will be A plus 2D. So on up to A plus 90D, isn't it? So find the D. In the previous slide itself, we discussed how to find the D, right? So find the D here. Okay, JNV Chitradurga, answer me. What will be the D formula? How to calculate it? How do we calculate if number of terms are given to us and the first and last term is given to us? Just we discussed it in the previous slide. Answer me in the chat box. Yes. Answer me in the chat box. Let me know the answer. Well, just a minute. Okay. Okay. So how do we find D here? We already know the formula, right? To find the D. If n arithmetic means are inserted between A and B, in that case, D will be what? D will be equal to B minus A divided by n plus 1. In this case, what is n value? How many total terms do we have? Yes. Sorry, how many total arithmetic means do we have? They're asking us to insert how many arithmetic means? 20, right? So here, how many arithmetic means we had? We had n arithmetic means. In that case, d was b minus a divided by n plus 1. Here we have 20 arithmetic means. In that case, d will be what? B minus a divided by 20 plus 1, right? B is nothing but, so A is 2 here. B is 86. So 86 minus 2 divided by 20 plus 1. So what it gonna be? It gonna be 84 divided by 21. So that is equal to 4. Correct? So we got the D value. D is equal to 4. Now we can easily find this remaining arithmetic means, right? We know what is A1 is equal to. A1 is equal to A plus D. So it will be 2 plus 4, 6. So A2 will be equal to A plus 2D. So it's gonna be 2 plus 8, 10. So on. So similarly, we can find till A19, right? So this will be a task to find the terms from A1 to A19, okay? Just apply the formula and substitute the values, okay? This you will do in the house. So this is gonna be a small homework part for you. It's just a computation part. We solved everything. We need to just compute those values. So is it clear to you all? Any doubt in this? So let me know in the chat box if you have any doubt. Okay? JNV Ballari, do you have any doubt in this? Do respond in the chat box, yes or no. Fine. Okay. So I can see that there is no doubt. So we'll move ahead. Right? We'll see the next one. Well, next we have one more question here. So what is this question? If log 2 to the base 5 and log 2 raised to x minus 3 to the base 5 and log of 17 by 2 plus 2 raised to x minus 1 to the base 5 are in AP, then the value of x is. They're saying that these 3 terms are in AP and they're asking us to find the value of x. Okay. Tell me, what can we say when there are 3 terms? When we say 3 terms are in AP, what can we say about those 3 terms? Tell me. I'm saying these 3 terms are in AP. What can I say about those 3 terms? Yes. Answer me. Say, consider this as A, B, C. A, B, C are in AP. So what can I say about those 3 terms? What will be the relationship between those 3 terms? Yes. Previously in the arithmetic mean definition, we discussed it, right? We can say if A, B, C are in AP, B is equal to A plus C divided by 2. Correct? So these are the 3 terms. So I can write B is nothing but middle term here. Middle term, that is log 2 raised to x minus 3 to the base 5 is equal to log 2 to the base 5 plus, see that last term, log 17 by 2 plus 2 raised to x minus 1 to the base 5 whole divided by 2. Isn't it? Can I write like this? Yes, right? So if I write like this, is this possible to compute it directly? No, right? This two, both we can do. Numerator part. In numerator part, what we have? Log x plus log y form. We have those log in the form of log x to the base 8 plus log y to the base 8. That I can write as what? Log of x into y to the base 8. Okay, this is one of the property of logarithm. Okay, using that, I'll write it. And what I'll do, I'll shift this to on other side. So if I shift to on other side, it will be what? 2 into log of 2 raised to x minus 3 to the base 5, right? Wait, I'll write one more step. No issues. Okay. And this is gonna be what? This is gonna be log to the base 5. 2 into 17 by 2 plus 2 raised to x minus 1. Fine. Okay. So now here we have a multiplied. This constant term is multiplied to the log. So whenever a constant term is multiplied to the log, we can take inside the log as a power, okay, as a power of this argument. So what we will get here? We will get log to the base 5, 2 raised to x minus 3 whole square, okay. Even that is one of the property of logarithm. We already learned that in the first class. That is first chapter that we learned, fundamentals of mathematics, okay. So this is gonna be 2 into, okay, I'll multiply 2 inside the bracket. I will get 17 plus 2 raised to x, okay. Now I have log on both the sides. Whenever I have a log on both sides with the same base, I can equate the argument values, okay. So when I equate the argument value, what do I get? I will get 2 raised to x is minus 3 whole square is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3 whole square is equal to 17 minus 2 raised to x, okay. Now just replace 2 raised to x is equal to t. We will get t minus 3 whole square is equal to 17 minus t, right? This is called the same minus p whole square form. Just what we have to do here? I want the value of t now. How can I find it? If I shift all these terms on other side and if I open this bracket, I will end up with a quadratic equation, right? Isn't it? I'll get a quadratic equation. So tell me, when I get a quadratic equation, I can factorize it and get the value of t, right? Further, this is gonna be t square minus 60 plus 9 minus 17 plus t equal to 0. So just compute this, okay? Just compute this. We will get a quadratic equation. Fine. After quadratic equation, factorize that quadratic equation. You will get what? Roots. Factorize the quadratic equation. We'll get some roots, okay, in the form of t. So t is equal to some. Replace the t value by 2 raised to x. You will get the value of x in that case. Can you all solve this? Try it. Take a minute and try it. It's just a computation. Okay. Well. So this is nothing but it's gonna be t square minus 5t. Yes. 8. Correct? Sorry, minus 8. Equal to 0. So how can I write it? Well, this is minus t, right? Correct. So just what we have to do here? Just factorize it, find the factors, replace it by 2 raised to x, and find the value of x, okay? And tell me the value of x in the tomorrow's class, okay? So it's just a computation. So I'll leave this part to you all. Solve it and tell me the value of x in the tomorrow's class. Fine. So is this clear to you all? Is procedure is clear to you all? Any doubt in that? Tell me. Any doubt in the procedure? Whatever we have done? This was plus, right? Yeah. This is minus 70. Minus 60. So this is minus 70, okay? T square minus 70 minus 8 equals 0. Okay, just compute it and tell me the value of x in the tomorrow's class. So this is, I hope this is clear to you all. I can find no one has a doubt. So no doubt, then we'll move ahead with the next one. Fine. Yeah, next is one more example. So this example, I leave it for the homework, okay? So what this example states? It states that N-ARITHMETIC means are inserted between 7 and 49 and the sum is found to be 364. Then N is. Okay? There are two terms, 7 and 49, and N-arithmetic means are inserted between these two terms, A1, A2, so on up to AN. Okay. And sum of this N-arithmetic mean is 364. They're just asking us to find what? Value of N. Well, you can answer this question with the previous things that we have discussed. Please go through it once and try to solve this question, okay? And please bring an answer of this question in the tomorrow's class. Fine? Okay. Well then. So the next part is geometric progression. So what is this geometric progression? Geometric progression is also a type of sequence in which the ratio of any two consecutive terms is always same. So for example, if I say A1, A2, so on up to A3, so on up to AN, this is geometric progression, I'll consider. Okay, then we can say this sequence is a geometric progression when A2 by A1 is equal to A3 by A2 is equal to some constant term, okay? Say I consider it as R. Fine. If ratio of this two consecutive term is same, then we will say such sequence as what? Geometric progression. Okay, Jamie Polari want me to solve last problem. Well, if you want me to solve, then I'll solve it. This is the homework part. You want me to solve this, right? Okay. So this is easy. Well, here t square minus 70 minus 8, right? So it's gonna be what? We can write it as t square minus 80 plus t minus 8 equal to 0. Well, okay, this one is a homework problem. We'll solve that in the tomorrow's class, okay? I want you all to think and solve this problem. So is it clear? Just think about it, okay? Just go after this class, go through the question, think about it. We'll solve this in the tomorrow's class. I can give a hint also here. The hint is, we know A1 plus A2, so on up to AN is equal to N into arithmetic mean between two terms. This is what we have. Just think about it and solve this and come in the tomorrow's class. Right? I'll discuss this in the tomorrow's class. Definitely. It's a homework problem. Note it down. Fine? Okay, coming back to discussion. What is geometric progression? It is nothing but it's a sequence where ratio with two consecutive terms will be what? Same. That ratio we consider it as what? We call it as common ratio and be represented by R. Fine. A geometric progression can be represented as AR square. Okay. This is how we represent. And R is nothing but it's a common ratio here. And A is what? A is the first term. Fine. Okay. Well, if A is the first term and R is a common ratio, then what will be the nth term? Nth term will be represented by A into R raised to N minus 1. And sum of this first n terms, that is A plus AR squared, so on up to AR raised to N minus 1. Sum of these terms will be equal to what? It will be equal to Sn is equal to A into R raised to N minus 1 divided by R minus 1. Okay. Here R should not be equal to 1. Why R should not be equal to 1 in this case? Because if R is equal to 1, then denominator becomes 0, right? Then in that case, sum will be not defined. So that's the reason why R shouldn't be equal to 1. And if R is less than, okay. Here in this case, if R is lying between minus 1 and 1, okay, if R is lying between minus 1 and 1, in that case, we consider Sn as A into 1 minus R raised to N divided by 1 minus R, okay. Why do we do this? Because R will be less than 1, right? So for that reason, we write it as A into 1 minus R raised to N divided by 1 minus R. Now next is sum of infinite GP. Sum of the, so if there are infinite terms in the geometric progression, what will be its sum? Its sum will be equal to S infinity is equal to A divided by 1 minus R. And this exists. This sum of the infinite terms exists only when this condition is satisfied. That is, mod R is less than 1. What is mod? What do you mean by mod R is less than 1 and greater than 0? It means R value should lie between 0 and 1. Okay. Clear? It should be less than 1, like less than 1. By that I mean 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8. In that, so only in that case we will be able to find the sum of the infinite terms to the GP. Why that so? Tell me. Why, if only R is less than 1, we can find the sum of the infinite terms? Why can't we find for R greater than 1? Just think, if R is greater than 1, what happens to GP? Our GP will be increasing, right? For example, I take A is equal to 2 and R is equal to 2. Okay. Well, I'll take one more picture. Okay. A is equal to 2 and R is equal to 2. In this case, what will be the GP? GP will be 2. 2 into R, that is 4. 2 into R squared, 8. 16. So on, right? What is happening here? The terms, value of the terms are increasing, right? They're increasing. If I consider some of these terms, it's gonna be what? It's gonna be infinite. Similarly, if I consider R is equal to 1 by 2, less than 1. So what will be? If A is equal to, say, 1, R is equal to 1 by 2. In that case, what will be the GP? GP will be 1 by 2. And 1 by 4. 1 by 8. So on, right? What is happening to the terms here? Its value is decreasing. First term is the highest value, and the last term will be what? It will be, it's gone decreasing, right? So of course, when we find the sum will be what? Finite value. That's the reason we can find sum of the infinite terms only if R is less than 1. Right? Mod R less than 1, I mean, by this we mean mod R lying between -1 and 1. Right? Okay. So is this clear to you all? Any doubt in this? Yes. Jenny Batari, do you all have any doubt in this? Is it clear? If you have any doubt, please to respond in the chat box. If it is clear, then just say okay. Okay. Well then. Okay. If no doubt, then we'll move ahead. Okay. We'll go to the next part. Well, next we have an example here. Yes. Try to solve this example. What does it state? It states that the question states that the third term of GP is square of the first term. If the second term is 8, find its sixth term. Well, okay, they're saying GP. So I consider GP with the first term A and common ratio R. Okay. So what will be the ratio here? So what will be the GP here? GP will be AR square, right? So this will be 3 terms of GP. Okay. Very good, JNV Badari. It's the right answer. I'm getting answers. Very good. 3 terms of GP, right? Correct. Now these are 3 terms of GP. According to the given condition, what actually we have? We have third term of GP is the square of the first term. What is third term? This is the third term. This is second term. This first. So AR square is equal to square of the first term, A square, right? So what will be A is equal to? A is equal to R square. Now, if the second term is 8, find its sixth term. So second term is what? Second term, that is A2 is equal to A into R is equal to 8. We already know what is A value. So R cube will be equal to what? 8. Now, if R cube is equal to 8, what do we get here? R is equal to, R is equal to 2, right? Okay. We got the R value. We know AR is equal to 8. So what will be the A value? A into 2 is equal to 8. A will be equal to 4. Fine. So our ultimate aim is what? To find its sixth term. Sixth term will be what? A6 is equal to, we know, right? Nth term is nothing but An is equal to A into R raised to N minus 1. So sixth term will be A6 is equal to A into R raised to 5. So it's gonna be 4 into 2 raised to 5. Fine. So that is nothing but 128. So is it clear to you all? Any doubt in this? So please do respond in the chat box if you have any doubt. Well, okay, this is clear to you all, then we'll move it. So try to solve this example. Let me see how many of you can solve. I'll give 1 minute time to you all. So let me see who all can answer this. The question is, the sum of infinite number of terms of GP is 4 and sum of the cubes is 192. Find the series. The sum of the infinite number of terms of a GP is 4 and the sum of the cubes is 192. Find the series. Yes. We know what is sum of the infinite terms, right? Sum of infinite terms is equal to A divided by. Yes. Answer me in the chat box. What do we will get? Even the YouTube people, please to answer in the chat box. 1 minus R, right? So that is equal to what? Equal to 4. Fine. And sum of the sum of the cubes is 192. So if sum of the cubes is 192, see, I have AR squared, so on, and cubing it. What will I get? I will get A cube R cube, yeah. A cube R raised to 6, correct? Now tell me what is the common ratio here in this third case? In this GP, first term will be equal to A cube, and what will be the common ratio? Common ratio will be equal to what? R cube, right? Common ratio R cube. So what will be the sum of those, their cubes? Infinite. So it's sum of infinite terms of those sequence, okay? So it's gonna be, yes, dash infinity is equal to A cube divided by 1 minus R cube, right? Because first term here is A cube, common ratio is R cube. So sum of the infinite terms of this GP will be what? A cube divided by 1 minus R cube. That is equal to 192. They're asking us to find the series. Yes, next what we can do? Tell me. Next, we can write it as A into A square whole divided by, this can be written, it is of the A cube minus B cube form, right? What is the formula? What is the identity of A cube minus B cube? A minus B into A square plus AB plus B square, right? So I can write this as 1 minus R into A square, 1 square plus R square, correct? That is equal to 192. We already know this value. We already know A upon 1 minus R value, right? So just replace it. So when we replace it, what we will get? We will get 4. That is 4A squared divided by 1 plus R squared is equal to 192. Correct? Yes or no? You two people, I will understanding. If you have any doubt, please to respond. Right. Okay. So now, just shift 4 on other side. What we will get? We will get A square divided by 1 plus r squared is equal to 48. So next, now if you square this on both the sides, what you will get? Here, if I square this on both the sides, we will get a squared divided by 1 minus r whole square is equal to 16, right? So I can write a squared as 16 into 1 minus r square. So here what we will do? I'll replace a square by 16 into 1 minus r square, r whole square, okay? Divided by 1 plus r squared is equal to 48. So what does this imply? This will imply 1 minus r whole square is equal to, yes, 16, and this will get cancelled, right? I can cancel terms here. 16 is 16, 3 is up. So 3 into 1 plus r squared. Just split it. We will get 1 minus 2r plus r squared is equal to 3 plus 3r squared. Take all the terms on one side. What we will get? We will get 3r squared minus r squared, that is 2r squared plus 5r minus 2 equal to 0. Okay? Plus 2, sorry. Plus 2 equal to 0. Now what we will do? Just, this is quadratic equation. We all know. Just factorize it. Just factorize that quadratic equation. When we factorize that quadratic equation, what we will get? We will get r value as minus 2 and r is equal to minus 1 by 2. Okay. Now tell me, for what value of r sum of the infinite terms is exist? Like for what values of r sum of the infinite terms exist? R should be less than 1 or it should be greater than 1. Yes, mod r should be less than 1 or greater than 1. It should be less than 1, right? Even here, if I take mod r, it will be equal to 1 by 2. It is less than 1, isn't it? So this r is equal to minus 2. It will be greater than 1. If I take mod r here, it will be 2. So that is greater than 1. For that, sum of the infinite terms doesn't exist. So it is discarded. Okay. This is discarded. So what will be the r value? R value will be equal to minus 1 by 2. Right? Okay. So now we know a value. Now just substitute r value here in this equation. A upon 1 minus r is equal to 4. We will get a value. So a will be what? A will be equal to minus 8. Yeah. So yeah, this one. So a will be equal to what? A will be equal to 6. Correct? So just we found the a value, found the r value. What was our question? Our question was to find the series. Now we can easily find the series, right? Series nothing but ar squared, ar cube, so on. Sum of this. Sorry. Just substitute a value, r value, and find the series. Okay? Just try to solve it. Well, this is clear to you all. Any doubt in this? Let me know. What's the time? Yeah. YouTube people, any doubt in this? And as well as Zoom people, any doubt in this? Please do respond. Okay. Fine. If no doubt, then we'll go to the next one. So next are the properties, okay? Next are the properties of the geometric progression. Well, so what is the first property? First property is if each term of GP is multiplied or divided by the sum of some non-zero quantities, then the resulting sequence is also a GP. So if I consider one GP, okay, say A1, A2, A3, these all terms are in GP. I consider some non-zero quantity say k, if I multiply this say GP with k, say I get k into A1, k into A2, k into A3, so on, then this also will be GP. The resulting sequence that we get, it will also be GP. Similarly, if we divide this, say A1 by k, A2 by k, so on, this also be GP. Okay, this is what the property says. So is it clear to you all? Any doubt in this property? Well, this is all about the property, first one. So the next is, yeah. So in the example, they ask us to consider the 3 terms of GP, 3 consecutive terms of GP, or 4 consecutive terms of GP. In that case, what we have to consider, what we have to take? In that case, we have to consider 3 terms of GP as A by R, A and AR. If they ask us to consider 4 terms of GP, then we have to consider A by R cube, A by R, AR and AR cube. Similarly, if they ask us to consider 5 terms, then we have to consider this. Why do we do so? Why do we consider like this? We consider like this because if we take a product of these terms, this RR get cancelled and we'll end up only with the term A. So we can easily compute the value of A, right? That's the reason we consider 3 or 4 terms they ask us. We consider this as the 3 terms. So is it clear to you all? Any doubt in this? Let me know in the chat box if you have any doubt. Well then. If no doubt, then we'll move to the next one. Next is, yeah, if A, B, C are in GP, then B square is equal to A into C. See, A, B, the C are in GP. Then according to definition of GP, what I can say? I can say ratio of 2 consecutive terms must be what? Same, right? So I can say B by A is equal to C divided by B. Just cross multiply. So this will imply what? This will imply B square is equal to A into C, okay? See, we actually we'll discuss that. We are actually call this B as what? Geometric mean between A and C. We'll discuss that in the next classes. Don't worry. Fine. So is this property clear to you all? Well, if this is clear to you all, then yeah, we'll wind our class here itself. We'll just close our class here. And in the next class, we'll discuss some more properties of geometric progression. And we'll also discuss some problems based on that. And after that, we'll discuss the geometric mean, okay? What is geometric mean and some problems based on that. So let me know if you have any doubt in this class, okay? Yes. Do you all have any doubt in the class? Please do respond in the chat box. If no doubt, then we'll just close our class here. Well, so just let's summarize what all things that we learned in our today's class, okay? So in our today's class, we discussed what? We discussed about the, yeah. So far, summary. So we discussed about what? Arithmetic mean, right? Arithmetic mean. When we also discussed what happens when n arithmetic means are inserted between A and B, correct? And we discussed about the geometric progression, formula to find nth term of geometric progression, correct? And some of the first n terms of geometric progression, what it will be, some of the infinite terms of geometric progression, correct? And we solve few problems based on that. And I also given one homework question to you all. So do solve that, try that homework question, and I bring that answer in the tomorrow's class. If you are unable to solve, we'll discuss that question in the tomorrow's class, okay? If you have no doubt, then we'll just end this class here. So let me know in the chat box if you have any doubt. Okay, well then, I hope there is no doubt. So we'll end it here. So we'll meet in the next class. Till then, have a nice day. And all the best for your practical exams if you have. Bye-bye.